Hey everyone, it is Monday, May 17th. The time right now is 3:11 p.m. and the temperatures are rather nice, 22 degrees Celsius. I'm here at the intersection of Islington Avenue and the Queensway. And that was the 110B Islington South bus I just got off of. And I'm currently walking east along the north side of the Queensway. And there's the look north up Islington Avenue. And there's a large movie theater just to the south here. And there's an on-ramp to the Gardner Expressway. That's the major east to west highway that runs along the south end of the city. And the plan for this one is to walk east through the area known as the Queensway over to Park Lawn Road. And then from there I'll head south down to the Humber Bay Shores Park. And I think this is my first time ever exploring this area by foot before. I have live streamed from east of Royal York along the Queensway, but never this stretch between Islington and Royal York. And I'm in the former borough of Etobicoke that was rolled into the megacity of Toronto back in 1998. So this would be west of downtown. There's a live workspace for lease. So the Queensway here heads west out to Mississauga, and there I think it's just called Queensway, not the Queensway. And to the east, right where Roncesvalles Avenue starts on the north side and King Street West starts on the south side, the Queensway becomes Queen Street West, and that would be in the Parkdale neighborhood. This here is Ladybank Road. It looks like this will be the future site of a condo. There's a former gas bar, and the land right next to that is turning into a condo. So the area just to the south of here, south of the Gardner Expressway Highway, is known as Mimico. I think I'll actually be crossing into Mimico when I head down Park Lawn Road. There is Toronto's best Korean ribs Chaban Korean cuisine. It's been unfortunate that everything is still closed right now. Hopefully it's just a matter of waiting till June 2nd. But I couldn't really tell you if there would normally be this few people out on the streets in this area. There is nobody ahead of me on the sidewalk there. I just looked over my shoulder and there's no one behind me either. So this is very ghost town-esque. I almost wonder where all these cars are going. In the other direction, behind me to the west, there's a very large IKEA on the Queensway. And just as you get to Mississauga, which I think is bordered by the Etobicoke Creek, you'll find Sherway Mall. That's a rather large, higher-end shopping mall. It's kind of like a smaller version of Yorkdale. There's something I've never seen before, a Dairy Queen sharing a space with a Money Mart. It's a bit of an odd sight. Oh, they have Tibetan Momo here. That's one of the good things about Toronto, is there's always a good diversity of food options pretty much everywhere you go. And a Harvey's across the street. There's no mass transit options around here. To the north, you could take a bus up any of these major streets to Bloor Street, where you will find line 2 of the subway network. This is cute. It's not certainly something you'd expect to see on a major route in a city like Toronto. These homes almost look prefabricated, like they were designed and built somewhere else and just plopped down here. Well, of course they'd be designed somewhere else. You can picture a guy designing a home on the yard that they're about to build it on. That's a rather dumb comment. There's a vacant building. It looks like there's a development proposal up for that site. I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but way off in the distance, I'm trying to get it into the center of the screen, is the CN Tower. And there is the Lone Arranger. I think that's the same guy as Oliver Jewelry. And thesinginglady.com. Here's a new condo going in. And that's the Queensway Royal York Centre. There's a Play It Again Sports. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Oh, it's got a pair of inline skates from a location in Mississauga. Probably in the early 90s. This next major street will be Royal York. So I have live streamed east of Royal York on the Queensway before, pretty much the same route that I'm about to follow. I didn't really think about how long it would take to get down to Humber Bay Shores, but once I'm there, I think I'll do a live stream. There's some of the retail on the south side, which for the most part is limited to curbside pickup. And there is Avon Park Drive. There's a lot of restaurants along that block right there. And here's a discount supermarket, no frills. That's Cosmo's No Frills. And those condo towers way off in the background are where I'll be ending up at the end of this walk. And this is Royal York Road. Let's see if I can make this traffic light here. Ah, it's flashing. I'll just wait. Maybe I'll cross over to the south side. And just to the north of here, on the right-hand side, is the Etobicoke School of the Arts. And that is known as being the school where Keanu Reeves got expelled from. I think he went to 4 different high schools in the Toronto area. It looks like there's a bike lane here. Maybe I'll have to come over and record a bike ride down Royal York. I am mispronouncing words. What is Code Ninjas? So this isn't an area that's particularly steeped in history. There's not much in the way of historic buildings or sites to see around here. Although there are a few to the south of here on Lakeshore, in the Long Branch and New Toronto areas. Cut Rate Clothing. They have logo hoodies. There's a large high school. At least I think it's a high school. Catering Jamaican cuisine. That was the St. Louis Catholic Elementary School. I've mastered the art of looking stuff up on my giant phone with one hand as we go. Lakeview Family Law. I don't really know a whole lot about this area. Most of the building stock seems to be around the 50s and 60s. So this would have been, and still is basically, a suburban area of Toronto. It's mostly single-family detached homes. There's an old school Mr. Sub. It's a Canadian Subway. But I actually like a little more than Subway. I tend to find that whatever sandwich I get from Subway, it doesn't really matter. It always kind of tastes the same. Nobody behind me. Nobody in front of me. This is probably just the second time I've been through here on foot, other than that live stream I did earlier in the year. I've been along here on my bike before, and in a car several times as a kid, but I can't think of any other times. There's one person. There's someone else. No, it's strange times. I'm trying to spot people. One thing that's interesting is there's a lot of mom and pop type stores. Shop the Queensway. So that would be the BIA. I think the Queensway is pretty much between Islington and Royal York, the BIA being the business improvement area. So all these businesses would pay some kind of small membership fee, and in turn, the BIA promotes various festivals and stuff and looks after their interests. Most areas in Toronto seem to have a designated BIA or retail areas. Jacob's Barbers. Should there not be an apostrophe S there? Next to the Etobicoke Dojo. That'll be amongst the last businesses to open. Isba. Don't know what kind of food they serve. There's an old school motel, Queensway Motel. So the area where this walk will be finishing, there used to be an old strip of motels along Lakeshore. And since the 2000s, those have all made way for new condos. And Tom's Dairy Freeze. Kind of wish I was on the other side of the street right now. I could definitely go for one of those. don't seem to have a large enough break in traffic to make a go for it. Soft chocolate ice cream. Soft serve sounds good. And there's Mama Martino's. Remember, a lot of people were saying good things about this place on my live stream. It's a good thing this camera has this crappy 2x zoom. At least I can get a better look. There's some low-rise apartments. And this here is Grand Avenue. So there is a bus you can take along here, although it does not seem to be very frequent. And just to the east of Park Lawn, at some point, you can catch a streetcar. That'll be the 501 Queen streetcar. And just up ahead, that dips to the south and then runs along Lakeshore Boulevard through New Toronto and Long Branch. And I do not think this is the Humber River we're approaching. This overpass was built in 1955. Trying to see, does this have a name? I'm sure it does. Google Maps is just not telling me. There's a spider web. That thing is picked up a lot. Hey Google, why won't you tell me the name? Oh, I think I got spider web in my face. Why won't you tell me the name of this creek I'm walking over? Which is also doubling as a hydro field. There goes number 80 Queensway bus. Is that the Mimico Creek? I'm gonna guess that's what it is. Looks like a bit of a wildlife refuge down there. And this next street is Park Lawn. Well, not the next one, but the next major one. I'll be turning right and heading down to Humber Bay Shores Park. I did try to look up if there's any historical buildings in the area. And there's some really old homes of significance off some of these streets, but they didn't look all that interesting. So I think this neighborhood, at least officially, is referred to as the Queensway Humber Bay. There's a sign for Park Lawn Road. And there's a 501 bus. So that's one of the buses replacing the streetcars right now. And it can't follow the streetcar tracks south to Lakeshore, so this must be where it's diverting. And there's our destination up ahead. This garden center is open. There's people walking around. And just on the other side of the street, although you can't really see it, is the Ontario Food Terminal. I think there's a little over 1.7 million square feet of warehouse space. That's the largest distribution center of produce in the country. I think it's the third largest in the continent, or on the continent. And I think we're officially in Mimico now. And over the past few weeks, it's my understanding that there's been a vaccination pop-up clinic at the Ontario Food Terminal. Canada Herb. There's a look into the food terminal. So all these condos, with the exception of the Palace Pier and Palace Place, have pretty much sprung up over the past few decades. So this area's got a skyline all to itself, pretty much. And if you are viewing this way from downtown, it looks quite impressive. I'll just let this countdown timer expire. This is an on-ramp to what looks to be the westbound Gardiner Expressway. I'm There's some lofts on the south side there. There's the CN Tower sighting. So I think what I'll do is I'll head down into the park and try to catch a view of the skyline from the lake, and we'll finish up there. I have a snack and a beverage in my bag, so I'll have that, and then not on this video, of course, and then I think I'll see about streaming. And maybe I was thinking of going west through Mimico and then maybe up Islington towards Islington Station. I'll be back at some point to do a walk through Humber Bay Shores Park. And I think I'd rather save that for a weekend when it'll be a little busier. It'll just be a bit more interesting. And I'll also come back at some point and do a walk through the old Mimico area. I think Ken has one of those up on his channel. Give that driver a friendly wave. I don't think he had to wait, but that was nice of him. There's a path there that would take you over the creek. There's some artwork commemorating the old Seahorse Motel. Yesterday was National Sea Monkey Holiday, or I don't even know what that is, but it was. Oh, there's no mural on this side. So this whole community has sprung up, and there continues to be more condos going up, such as that one. But one of the downsides is, despite being relatively close to the city's core, it doesn't really have good transit access. I think this 501 bus would be your best option, and even in the best of times when the streetcar is running, that's a very long streetcar ride. I think this is where the old Mr. Christie's cookie factory used to be. You used to be able to smell cookies from miles away, wafting around in the air. Chiang Mai Thai Kitchen and Bar. So that must be northern Thai cuisine. Looks like there's a development notice up for that plot of land. Can't really make out what it is. Normally you can see the outline of whatever building they have proposed. Maybe I'll have to look that one up. This whole area certainly has a bit of an unfinished vibe to it. I remember the loose tiles on this ramp here. You can hear them rattle around as these cars pass over. And there's the metro. I guess that would be the local supermarket for people in this neighborhood. So just to the south of here is Lakeshore Boulevard West. So I'll just be walking straight across Lakeshore and into the Humber Bay Shores Park. There's a look into the supermarket. He looks fine. I don't think his mom was too concerned. Just putting on some fireworks, as kids often do. So this is Humber Bay Park East. I kept calling it Humber Bay Shores Park, but the official term is Humber Bay Park. I think the area is called Humber Bay Shores. Here's where the streetcars normally run. So this is where that old strip of motels used to be. There's still a few stragglers left on the Kingston Road Scarborough stretch, where there was a similar hotel strip, or a motel strip. Humber Bay Shores. So we're just gonna head into the park here, and as I said, try to find a nice skyline view. So there's kind of a neat bridge just to the right here. I've ridden over that in cycling videos before. And I'm sure I'll cover that when I come back and do a walk through this park.
Sa balkona.
Let's take this floating walkway here. This would be the Martin Goodman Trail that runs along most of the south end of the city. You can take that all the way to Mississauga. It's pretty much a perfect day to be here. I'm sure someone can explain in the comments what purpose this walkway serves. Oh, it looks like there's a bird just chilling on whatever that thing is out there. Perhaps it's nesting? There's a rather expansive part of the park to explore just to the south of here. There's a look back at where I just came from.
No, she didn't do it in anybody.
Let's just see what kind of view we get from here. So I think there's a butterfly habitat just over here. But I think it opens up pretty soon. You can get a view of the skyline. Wildflower Meadow. Oh, that's kind of neat. I'll head back up to the trail. I think that's the butterfly habitat. And to the east of here is the Humber Bay Arch Bridge. I don't think I'll be getting that far. And here we go. This is the spot I was looking for. And there is that killer skyline view. Maybe I'll find a more quiet spot along the rocks. Got some rocks to hop. Trying to keep my footing here. There we go. All right, I hope you enjoyed this walk along the Queensway to Park Lawn Road and then over to here at the Humber Bay Shores. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there are links to my Patreon and Instagram in the description below. And you can check out channel memberships on my main YouTube page. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.